So this is the area on one of the properties where we are going to rebuild a pool. As you can see, it's like no grass, really overgrown. I got the little lawnmower out to start to cut the grass around the side here because you don't want grass around your pool because it just kicks in. We're going to be putting all of these pavers, but first we have to get all the grass cut down, all the weeds around it, all this leaf cleaned up. We started draining the pool here. On the other side, it's pretty bad as well. All this overgrown grass, this whole deck needs to be ripped up and replaced. And then I started working right here to take out all the weeds so we can start laying the paver stones down. I at least want to get one runner right here with that paper and put the pavers down so that the weeds don't grow back on, and then we can just add to it as we knock this out. But I think the very first thing we need to do is get this side done and this front side done so that you can actually walk around and not track more dirt into the pool. Now this is going to be $10,000 only to rebuild this pool, which did include, we got the liner put in, and then we didn't do anything with the water. So the water is going to be pumped out mostly down, at least down to 3 foot on the small side and halfway down to 9 feet on the other side. Can't take it all the way down because the wall could cave in. Since it's liner and sand, we don't want to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it all the way down, clean everything inside, and then start to pump clean water in while we're still siphoning that dirty water out. That way it doesn't have to put as much stress on the brand new pump and filter that we got. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this grass. So you see how I've whacked the grass down right here. So I'm gonna whack the grass down right here, and then I'm gonna spray it all down with weed killer, kill all that grass, and then we're gonna put sand over that and make it flat. And then you could see all the weeds and vine and all the stuff that needs to come down as well. So let me get some work done. I'm gonna go ahead and cut all this grass down right now, cut all these weeds out, and then we're gonna take a look at what it really looks like after the area is clean. That's gonna be the first step. All right, so here we are in the backyard, and as you can see, I cut all the grass, but I didn't know if you guys wanted to see me put that in the video of me cutting the grass real quick or whatever, but I am gonna do some stuff on here. So it looks way better even with all the grass cut. You can see where I'm trying to make like a little retaining wall here because I want to put paver stones along the walkway. It had bricks over there. As you can see, you probably can't see, but we'll go over in a second, all the brick pile. I think I took 4,000 bricks out of this walkway around this pool. And we're gonna put 12 by 12 paver stones, but we're gonna do it right. So this is all the grass cut. Now let's get a look at a little bit of stuff of what I'm doing. So as you can see right here, there's a huge difference between the grass that's cut and I raked everything, and the stuff that's not cut and just got leaf and all these pine needles and stuff all over the place. Like nothing is going to be able to grow here this summer because it has too much shade and the grass won't be able to come up. So this is a big important thing, and you can do all this labor on your own. I just got the rake out and I got my garbage can out, and I just fill my garbage can up every week. And you know, like if it's the day before garbage, I know how much garbage is in there. It's halfway up. So I bring this out and I fill it the rest of the way with this stuff. And it just goes. This is biodegradable. They should be able to take it. You're not powering their machine or whatever, but it makes a huge difference between this, and you will be able to either seed this or continue to do like we're doing in our front yard project with using homemade compost of extra food and shells and food that goes bad, bread, cardboard mixture, and making new soil out of that. So I don't know what we're gonna do here yet, but it's already looking amazing. I'm gonna get a sledgehammer and start hitting these stumps. Maybe once I get them down a little bit, catch them on fire and burn them out. There's one over here. We're gonna have to transplant some of these flowers. So that'll be a separate video. So we're gonna make a gardening folder for the people that like the gardening and flower stuff as well. I mean, it's a DIY channel. You gotta dip your hand in everything, right? Thumbs up. So we're gonna move some of this. Again, we're using like broken pieces of concrete from projects we've done. Here's a broken weight. So that's concrete. I took the plastic off and threw that in recycling, and I put the concrete down because, you know, it's my property. I respect myself. I love Mother Earth. I had to chip away some concrete up there where it wasn't finished correctly. So I spread that out, and that's gonna be filler to hold the dirt before we put the paving stone on. We're gonna pave stone all this area up here, and that's why I have to go like probably buy some dirt now. I could probably take it from the lot in the back, but I want to leave everything alone, so I'm probably gonna buy some filler dirt to put in here in the wall and try to build this up with some cement, bricks. Who knows? We got a lot of stuff we can choose from. There was a lot of ivy back here as well, growing all over the place. We had to get rid of all of that. I would like to get this big tree cut down that's blocking the sun in the afternoon, so it'll keep the pool warm, and maybe that'll go and it won't have to have all these needles on the ground anymore. I still have a couple of trees right here, but you know, they can go one each year or whatever. So this is just a little update. Get your rake out. You can do this stuff for free. You know, go outside, put forth an effort, make yourself happy. You could say, hey, you know, I did that, and I'm doing it because I love it and because it's helping to flip this house. So let's see what else we're gonna do or get into. I got a couple more projects, but let's fast forward. All right, we're back, and we got the pool half empty. So my boy calls it the swamp because it looks like one, right? I think there were a couple frogs living in here, but we got the ASPCA out here to rehome them. They were scuba diving and stuff. No, I'm just joking. But seriously, you never know with the government nowadays. So the liner is still good. I want to take the water down a little more and get as much leaf out as we can. This stuff at the bottom. Some of this algae and like muck, dirt is starting to dry up. You can see the difference between the wet and the dry. Now after this dries, I can get a soft broom down there, and it'll kind of broom up and break that up in a little dustpan and get all that up, so I don't have to pump that through or continue to pump that through as I put new water in. We're gonna have to put, once this gets down to halfway from where it's at now, we're gonna have to start pumping water in as we're pumping it out and do like a flush, because there's no way I can take this all the way down. The walls might cave in because it's not a cement pool, it's a vinyl pool. So we put the vinyl liner in 2 years ago, and then we didn't do anything with the pool. So now we're gonna open this pool up for less than 10,000. I got 6,500 in, and this is where we're at. So we're gonna clean all this up today with the rake. I cut all this down. We whacked a lot of this stuff. I'm gonna try to transplant some of these single flowers. I found some of these pretty rocks. Somebody told me they're called slate. I have a bunch of them. I found them all over in the yard covered with leaves. This is just a little portion. I was thinking of wherever I go on this side and put the walkway, like if I put the walkway where my hand is, like 3 or 4 feet, and go that way with it, then I'm still gonna have this area of retaining wall. So I'm thinking of like putting that roll mesh stuff over, and then some fresh, like cutting holes in it for the dirt and putting flowers, but maybe putting these stones on there as well in between, and that'll hold the wall down, and it'll kind of look pretty with the sun glaring once these trees are gone. I don't really know, so please comment down below and tell me. I think these are called slate. So if you know what these stones are, you do this kind of work, or you just want to help me out, please comment down below and tell me what these are. And if you think that would be a good idea, is this a good stone to put on our retaining wall here once we fill this in more? to decorate the wall because they're kind of flat and big, so I figured the weight would hold it down, you know, the flatness, it wouldn't slide. But you tell me if you have worked with this stuff before, because I don't want to do it all for nothing when I could be moving on and showing somebody else how to do something else. All right, so I got to get some more work done. Let's fast forward. So now that I cleaned just this little area, I know people are gonna say, oh, that's not a lot, but it makes a huge difference because if you don't want the dirt to run, then you have to let the grass grow. If you want to put brick out, you have to do it quick before the grass grows, because then you have to kill it, and that'll be a different video. But what I did was I took all that leaf and vine and whatever I could find, and I cut all that off, and now I can work around this area with no ticks and no vine to trip on. And it just lets this grass area right here grow, which I want grass to be right here, you know, by these flowers. I think that would look good. And none of that stuff is getting in the pool. It's very windy where I live. So if that stuff is just blowing in the pool, blowing in the pool, blowing in the pool, because I'm too lazy to rake this little area and clean it up, then you shouldn't even have a pool. It's much more than this, you know? But let's get a little more work done because I'm feeling good about getting this thing done for summer. Okay, so this is the pool area, and then this is kind of like the backyardy kind of area because the other side of the pool over there is fenced off pretty close. So this is kind of where I guess people would hang out or barbecue or do their thing. But it just looks a mess. I mean, it looks dead. The grass looks dead. There's barely any green, and we're already in spring. A lot of dead leaves and stuff. Like, I guess it's good for compost. So I took the mower and I mowed it once on high, and then I mowed it once on low because I was trying to bust some of this stuff up into as small pieces as I could to make compost. And then I let it sit on there through the rain for like a week. Now these big leaves that I can't get, I'm gonna start raking all this stuff up. These dead stalks here from plants. We're gonna actually pull those up. I forget what that weed's called. If you remember what this weed's called right here, comment down below and tell me. My aphasia kicks in every once in a while. I can't remember a word. I'm sorry. But I digress. So we're gonna get this yard back into living condition to where at the end of like this year, the grass might not be growing, but it'll be pretty enough to have people back here. You couldn't have people back here for a barbecue. This is kind of embarrassing, you know? So first things first, cut the grass. We did that. Now we're gonna have to rake it. That is just maybe 15 by 10, and I got all that up already. Now that would make a great compost, but I just don't have anywhere to put it because I'm getting some trees knocked down so I can split them for firewood and stuff, but that's another video. But this pile, we're just gonna dump as much as we can into our trash can. And we already talked to our trash people and they said they'll take it, but not on recycle day. They only take it on regular trash day. So one day a week we can fill a garbage can up with this stuff. But look at the difference. Look at the difference. You can see everything, all the dirt, everything. Most of the yellow is gone, and all the little green patches of grass. It looks amazing, right? Look at this. Like this one, this isn't even so bad. Like, you know? So all that stuff will look clear like this again. Then you can do something with this. Now you can put some soil on this because we have a lot of rocks here where I live. You can put some topsoil on this. You can actually probably put whatever grass grows in your state in your grass directly, but you might have to put fertilizer or stuff, some other things on it. But we are just trying to get this pool area up for 10 grand. We want an immaculate pool area. So we spent $6,500 putting the pool in the liner, and I did all the piping, but I don't got it on video. I wish I wasn't a YouTuber back then. And I put the pump in and filter everything. But we are going to do a full pool, and then whatever money that I save, I'm gonna buy like a barbecue and a canopy, and I might put some papers out here, put a canopy under it, and it's gonna be so cool. Oh, the cops are coming to get me. I gotta go. They saw me raking.